Yeah, this is a great match. Rhea dominated as she should. This kind of reminded me why I like Rhea Ripley so much. And Ransom gets an 8.5 and Logic to 7.
These guys beat the fucking crap out of me. My God. I watched this match twice. One of the times I had to take notes for this match. There was just so...
Lost the North American Championship before challenging for the NXT Championship, because that's the way logic works.
Tony Khan said himself, who cares about the rules?
We care about the fucking rules because this is Life's Opening Radio Road Break. This is all about rules.
Yeah.
Let's open Radio Road Break. Hey guys, Kgabo here. Today we're back with another episode of Life's Open Radio Road Break, and today I've got my friends here, Ben and Josh, with me recording here today. And starting off with Ben, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone, and a pleasant good afternoon or evening to you wherever you may be listening to this. I am Ben Charles, the assistant co-host of Road Break, and today we got our friend Joshua James Jenkins, who is here, and he is on a Brock Lesnar roll on this show because this man barely shows up.
Oh, and he seems to be very giddy about the happenings on this pay-per-view called Survivor Series, which we are going to review today. And with that note, on that note, Josh, would you like to introduce yourself?
Right, I have practiced this a few times, so hopefully I get it in the right tune.
Okay.
Because I'm going to sing this. So.
Oh.
Without further ado, please get this right. Look in my eyes. Who do you see? I am Josh times 3, and I am here today on this episode of Rope Break to say to everybody who's listening that we are here to give our review of this pay-per-view. Oh, this is our Survivor Series 2023 review.
Okay. Well, that was a hell of an introduction from Josh.
What a great introduction. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, damn, man. That was good. And without further ado, not even any news. We're going straight into it. Survivor Series WarGames WWE 2023, which took place on the 26th of November 2023 on a Saturday at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois, which is, of course, in the United States. And the first match being the Women's WarGames match between the team Bianca Belair, consisting of course, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Shotzi Blackheart versus Damage Control, consisting of Bayley, WWE Women's Champion Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi. Sane. Don't do that just yet, Ben. We haven't got to the still employed just yet. We're gonna get there. So just hang in there. The Bianca's team has the advantage, and Becky Lynch got in the trenches first. I said that Damage Control has to win this match. all these four badass women that took place in this match versus, well, Bianca Belair and company. So they just have to win. Otherwise, this would be their second WarGames loss in a row. Oh, man. Bayley joins Becky in the ring. They start the match. Becky and Bayley duke it out. Becky Lynch does a jumping shoulder tackle. They continue going at it. They have a 1-2 and people chant alternating boo, yay chants. Yay! Boo, yay! Boo! Yay! Boo! That kind of thing. Becky Lynch does a big exploder. Bayley sends her into the cage, into different sides of the cage. They're in between the two rings, and in between the two rings is a whole like metal plank. And yeah, Bayley did a suplex on that metal plank, and they replayed that spot. Bayley tried to throw Becky Lynch into the ring. Becky reversed and threw Bayley into the cage. Becky did 2 baseball slide drop kicks. She went for her. Dakota Kai jousted at Becky with the kendo stick, and then enter Shotzi Blackheart. Oh man, the rope break legend right there. Who knows? We might give some fines on this show. Shotzi Blackheart slams the door into Bayley's face. Bayley charges at her with a chair. Shotzi kicks the chair into her and does a crossbody. She does a small package facebuster. I wasn't sure what that was that she did. That's my guessing to what she did there. Shotzi does a cannonball off the chair. She spears Bayley into the other ring. Bayley tries to grab a kendo stick, but then Becky Lynch stopped her. They squabbled for that kendo stick, and then Becky Lynch smacked Bayley with the kendo stick. Bayley was in between the two ring, and then Hawaiian punch. I wonder what's that for. And then Becky was on the one side with the kendo stick, and Shotzi was on the other side with the steel chair. And then Bayley tried to escape the cage by climbing out, and then they took her down. They both did double axe handle on Bayley, and then entered the women's champion Io Sky. She grabs some chairs. She beats Becky and Shotzi with them. She did a missile dropkick on the two women in the second ring. She did a Meteora on both women. She damage control a superplex. They both superplex Becky. They got heat on Shotzi, and then enter Bianca Belair. She whipped Io with the braids. She has two braids instead of one. And then she reversed a power bomb from Io onto a trash can. She tried to whip Bayley with the hair, but then Bayley blocked it with the steel chair. Bianca did a spine buster on Bayley. She beat up Io in the corner. Damage control pulled her hair. Bianca did a double suplex on both damage control. Becky and Shotzi did a leg drop on Bayley, and they simultaneously did a splash on Io Sky. And then into Kairi Sane, who grabs a trash can lid, and oh man, she whacked these motherfuckers with with that trash can lid. Becky Lynch grabbed it, and then Kairi kicked it in her face. Kairi did a Hurricane Run on Bianca Belair. I don't know why Ben wants to find her for that. She did a drop kick. She did a sliding forearm. Io did a slammed Shotzi Blackheart. Bayley kicked Becky Lynch. Damage control tried to bury Shotzi with the steel chairs. And then Kairi did an assisted elbow drop. Io propped up in the air, and then she did an insane elbow, and that's very cool. she taunted, and then they replayed that spot. Bianca press slammed Kairi into Bayley and EO. People chanted EST. Damage Control beat up Team Belair and then into Charlotte Flair. She made a comeback for her team, and by the way, it's so awkward when she's a babyface. Like it just doesn't stick at all. So I hope they turn her heel in the future, or just get her off TV altogether. She continues fending off Damage Control. Charlotte and Becky, they stay down, because of their deep history with each other. Damage Control seized the opportunity to try and jump them. EO climbed up the cage. She used a chain to grab a trash can, which Dakota Kai helped her grab. And then she did a crossbody onto everybody with the trash can over her head. Yeah, and it was a homage to WarGames 2020. Me and Josh's more questionable days. The people chanted, "Holy shit." And then enter Asuka. She grabbed some kendo sticks, and then she pulled out a table, to which the people cheered, and also a fire extinguisher. And then the match officially started. All of Damage Control beat Team Belair with kendo sticks. They tied Bianca, Belair, and Becky together with the chain. The people chant, "This is awesome," which it was until the ending. They all drop kicked Becky and Bianca. Shotzi tried to fight Asuka, but then what? Oh yeah, Asuka missed at Shotzi. She spit the mist at Shotzi. Asuka drop kicked Becky, who had a trash can over her head. She went for the pin on Becky, got a near fall. They replayed the miss spot and drop kick. Damage Control was still beating up Team Belair. Charlotte did a moonsault onto everybody. She went for the pin on Bayley and got a 2 count. They replayed that spot. Becky and Charlotte were fighting Damage Control. They stared down, and then as we thought they were gonna fight, they hugged each other, and then they were like popping off like. And yeah, Asuka and EO tried to pin each other. Becky went for the armbar on Asuka, and then Charlotte put the figure 8 on EO Sky. Bayley broke the figure 8 with an elbow. Kairi tried to break the armbar with an elbow as well, but then Becky had her knees up. Becky did put a disarm her on Kairi. Bayley broke it up with a running knee. Bianca did a right hand on Bayley. She had Asuka in the electric chair, and then Shotzi did a drop kick on Asuka, and that was cool. She went for the pin, but then Bayley broke. They laid down selling. Becky and Kairi had a 1-2 exchange. Becky hit an inverted DDT on Kairi. Bayley hit the rose plant on Becky. Shotzi slammed Bayley. Bianca sprayed Asuka with the fire extinguisher. She talked shit, and then she ate a chair to the back from EO Sky. That was funny. Shotzi did a tiger suplex on EO Sky. Kairi nailed Shotzi with a trash can lid. Oh man. Charlotte did a big boot on Kairi. She went for the spear on Kairi, but then Bayley pushed Kairi out of harm's way. She got speared by Charlotte, Bayley did, and then Shotzi did a senton on her. And then Bianca hit a KOD on her, and then Becky did a manhandle slam through the table on her and went for the pin. And they got the win. I was like, no. Why? These 4 badass women go into this match looking the coolest ever that they've been in their whole year of existence by now, year and a half, and now they lose this match. Not to mention it's this WarGames loss in a row. Matter of fact, that's right, Ben. Give Triple H a $500 fine and another $500 fine because EO Sky, a champion, lost in this match. And they have this badass women fight Bianca Belair and a team, and Bianca goes over. And of course they have to do this superhero treatment that they give her. I'm almost gonna say she's like the Captain Marvel of wrestling. The way she goes up against her opponents, it's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. Of course, this would all have been fixed had Asuka beaten her already at WrestleMania and she turned heel, but no, we get this. So for that, I'm gonna give Wrestling an 8 because this was actually a good match, and Logic a 3 because all of what I talked about. Ben, what are your thoughts on this match?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack. Number one, that Charlotte Flair moonsault off the steel cage, that did not look anywhere near good as I expected it or I thought it would be. I'm going to put it like this. Charlotte Flair needs to stop doing moonsaults expeditiously. I don't know why she has all of a sudden this random urge to start doing moonsaults off of stuff when she shouldn't be doing moonsaults. I would have been fine with a crossbody off the steel cage, but she had to do a damn moonsault, and she almost broke Bayley's face with that move. That did not look good at all. Wrestling wise for this match was actually good. I gave this a 7. Logic, I gave it about probably a 2. That's the best I can give, honestly, because it felt like Damage Control. It was kind of predictable though. They were not going to win. They were already like what? They were already being booked like a serious threat, and then all of a sudden they lose. They make themselves look like cartoon characters, like cartoon villains or something. Like,
yeah.
What was the point of Damage Control if they were not going to win this match? I would have had Damage Control 1 here. I would have had probably Kairi Sane get the win over Shotzi. You know, Shotzi was the weakest member on the whole entire team anyway.
And Kairi Sane just came back, and now she lost her first match back. That's ridiculous.
How can I put this in any way that I haven't already put it already?
Oh, man. And Josh, what are your thoughts on this match? I doubt you're going to say much.
Um,
Don't do it.
He contemplating. He thinking. He's thinking.
no.
Don't do it.
Oh, no. No. Right. Number one, you already know how I feel about the WarGames match and the structure of it. Now, what really confuses me is that because there was a moment at the start, or somewhere at the start, when I think it was Bayley who was climbing to the top. I think Becky and Shotzi were trying to chase her.
Yeah.
Hold on. And then I think Michael Cole said that if Bayley was to leave, then her entire team would forfeit the match. Now, forfeit via escape, I understand. That is fine. Because they're supposed to compete inside the cage. That is the entire point. So if the consequences for leaving is forfeit, then that's fine. However, because in their own ruling for this match, that the match doesn't actually begin until everyone has entered, Do you get where I'm going to go with this? If Bayley had left, would that have actually counted?
It wouldn't matter.
Would that have actually counted as a forfeit? Because under their own rules, the match doesn't actually begin until everyone has entered. And at that point, Bayley was the only one who entered in her team. So the match wasn't actually a match at that point. So if she did leave the confines of the cage, would that have actually been a forfeit or not?
It seems they forgot their own rules.
I don't think they even know their own rules. You know, like the Royal Rumble.
I don't think they care about them either. And I don't think they care about them either.
As Ben said, this is Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, and it's all about rules.
Yes.
Well, in episode 1, not to mention.
Something I used to be very strict about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, you were saying?
Oh, I was about to say that this did not. I don't feel like this could have been booked a little bit better, in my honest opinion. So yeah. Other than that, this match for me it was all right. But other than that, like there was no blood in this match. There was no kind of tension between the two teams really, except for like Bianca and Bayley and stuff like that. But other than that, like this could have been booked a whole lot better though.
Yeah,
that's just me.
And on top of that,
and to add,
yes, to my point there. Yes.
To add insult to injury, Chelsea Green still employed. Piper Niven, unfortunately, respectfully still employed. Akira Tozawa still employed. Maxine Dupree still employed. Otis still employed. And Pretty Deadly, newly employed. And R-Truth still employed. Did a comedy ad for Ruffles chips. They were throwing this bowl of chips around, arguing whether it's crisps or chips. The UK versus US, Europe, blah, blah, all this crap. And seriously, just to piss me off even more just after the results of the last match. But yes, right, Ben. Thank you. Give them a fine for that.
All of them, all 8 of you people in this entire segment, immediate $1,000 fines. Holy shit! This was the worst thing on the show. Get this off television. Oh my goodness.
Was this what you were gonna say, Josh, or was you gonna say something else?
No, I had a completely different point, but I'll ignore that now. I will say that this was the grand return of R-Truth, and this is what he did.
Yeah. The return of one of 3 legendary wrestlers on this show, and yeah. And speaking of one of those wrestlers, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn talked about one of the wrestlers that was going to return on this show. They discussed the WarGames match later tonight, and apparently Ben does not like it when Jey Uso says, even though I think it's kind of funny. I don't know, but whatever. Here, speaking of whom, Josh has something to say.
It's more of a question. What does yeet even mean?
It's originally means like to yeet something is to like throw something really hard, really far. Ben's probably gonna say pause or something if I said hard. So I'm just saying I think it yeet means like throw something really far. That's, you can look it up later, or even now maybe. But
Hold on here. So every time he says yeet, he wants to throw someone. So every
I don't know. He throws punches.
hold on.
So I guess that's.
Hold on. I am going somewhere with this based on your analogy here. So every time he tells the crowd to yeet, is he telling them to yeet themselves?
I don't know, man. I'm just going off of what that's just as I don't know the real meaning of yeet. It's people use it in many different contexts. I don't know.
Moving on.
Okay then. Now for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, GUNTHER, the champion, versus The Miz. And GUNTHER is mad at The Miz because he's a sports entertainer, and GUNTHER is a real wrestler, and GUNTHER hates sports entertainers, and he wants to destroy The Miz. Yeah, that's basically the story behind this match. Ben, would you do the honor of giving your notes for this match?
Go ahead, Josh. You were gonna say something? No, I'll let you talk, Josh. Go ahead.
It was just a. So on to your point there, Kgabo. If GUNTHER hates sports entertainers, then wouldn't he hate himself? Because isn't he in a company that is basically sports entertainment?
What?
They're gonna do what they're gonna do, so there's no point in complaining.
And here is Ben with the notes for this match.
Oh, no more. Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement. GUNTHER versus The Miz for this title. All right, GUNTHER versus Miz for the Intercontinental title. They locked up. They had a little exchange where The Miz was running away from GUNTHER, so The Miz already looks like a geek in this match. So there you go. I didn't write a lot of shit down for this match necessarily. I just wrote down what the bigger moments in the match and stuff like that. I didn't care about this match for even 1 second at all because I know The Miz was not going to win, and this match was mad predictable.
Yeah,
it was mad predictable. Come on, Jeff. You can't lie. It was mad predictable. You can't lie. I will say this. Gunther. Go ahead, Josh. Okay. Gunther and The Miz traded chops back and forth. Gunther hit a boot. He beat the hell out of The Miz for a while. The Miz made his comeback. He did some kicks in the match, and The Miz was trying to focus on Gunther's leg. But the thing about that was Gunther wasn't really selling the leg though. He wasn't selling the knee a lot though. He wasn't limping or anything like that. Just a small little nitpick here. But at the end of the day, it happened, and that's what happened. So anyway, Miz does the worst kicks I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know why Gunther took any kind of offense from The Miz whatsoever. That should be an immediate fine, a rare fine for Gunther, just for him allowing offense by The Miz. That was not, those kicks did not look good. In hindsight, it didn't affect Gunther. It didn't even make him, Gunther should have no-sold those kicks to the chest and stuff like that. He should have no-sold those because, he's a big dude, right? So it's only fair that, he looks strong during the match as well. So anyway, Gunther he tries for a splash. Wait, did he hit the, no, did he hit the splash?
I think he did hit the splash.
Okay,
At
yes,
the end, he did.
Yeah, at the end he did hit the splash, but he was kind of struggling to get up to the top rope. So anyway, Gunther hit a power bomb. The Miz kicked off the power bomb.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous to me. I don't know why. I don't know why he kicked out of that. Anyway, power bomb. Miz kicks out. Gunther then goes for a splash. He kicks out. Miz tried to unscrew the top turnbuckle at one point. He was trying to get an advantage, but eventually it does backfire on the Miz. The Miz took a clothesline, and then pretty much all she wrote, because, well, simply what was the last move Gunther hit?
I think it was the splash. I think he hit the splash for the win.
All right. Well, if it was the splash, go ahead.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Gunther won with the Boston Crab submission hold, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes, he did. He did.
He was focused on
he tapped out. The Miz tapped out.
And you know what's amusing about that, Ben?
Go ahead.
What?
Is that the Miz was targeting Gunther's leg. And how did Gunther beat the Miz?
With a Boston Crab.
His legs.
With a leg-based finisher.
In other words, logical. Logic for this match, 1. Wrestling, 7.
Okay, then. I thought this was okay. I gave wrestling a 6.5 and logic a 5. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Not many. I will say something. No, seriously. I believe that the Miz can be a serious and credible opponent. But I don't believe he believes that himself when it truly matters for him to be that. Because this match doesn't really show that to me. Like, if this is really that important for him to become the Intercontinental Champion again, then where was the importance from him here?
Right. And that's a good question, though. That's a good question. I feel like the Miz really...
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Okay. Well, I think the Miz was going to... I think the Miz, like, he didn't take him... Like, Gunther underestimated the Miz a little bit, but he didn't feel like he was, like, a credible threat in a way. Like, they were trying... The announcers was trying to make the story of the Miz... giving Gunther a fight and stuff like that. I didn't see a fight in this match. I did not really see a fight in this match. A brawl. I didn't see a brouhaha. I didn't see none of that. I just saw the Miz doing whatever he can to get by in the match. And then, he's trying to pass off like a serious contender because they've been trying to book him like a serious contender. But instead, we all know in the back of our minds that he's not a serious contender. I mean, just the words serious contender for the Miz is already laughable enough as it is.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to move past that one. But I mean, look,
Go ahead.
There was a time when the Miz was as good as it could get for him, 2016, his feud against Dolph Ziggler. But like, the Miz doesn't seem to put effort in now. He seems to think his name value is all he needs. Like, I am the Miz. The quality of my matches doesn't really matter because you already know that the match matters to me. I don't need to show you that the match matters to me. It just doesn't connect to me. Like if it matters, then you put on a match that matters to balance that out. But no, this is Ric Flair's fault anyway.
Okay.
I was going to mention something. I do feel like they don't really have nobody for Gunther. That's why The Miz got this title shot, really, because he already beat Bronson Reed on Raw, which was actually a good match. Then he beat Ricochet already last year. Then he beat The Miz on this show, and then he beat. They were trying to have him face off of Tampa, huh?
He beat Chad Gable too.
Yes, he did on Raw,
That
which was
should have
great.
been on pay-per-view.
I don't know, bro. You gotta ask Paul Levesque on that one. You gotta ask him on that. Jesus. I let Josh ask the floor.
Okay.
I forgot my point. Moving on.
Okay. Right. Judgment Day talk about this person who's gonna return and the WarGames match. Yada yada yada. I didn't really care about. Oh man, apparently, Judgment Day is not as popular as they once were. Not even. I thought Ben was not. No offense, Ben. I'm seeing people oh my gosh, Judgment Day is the worst faction ever. I'm like, damn. Ben's been not liking the Judgment Day for months, and now I'm seeing that the rest of the community is resonating with him now, I guess. And yeah. Oh man.
Hey, it's not the people in the faction. It's the people that are booking the Judgment Day like goons. That's what's going on. The booking for them is horrendous. Damian Priest being stopped every chance he gets for, trying to cash in Money in the Bank and all that other shit. Man being stopped by fucking Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins. At one point, he was stopped by Rhea Ripley, but that was because Rhea was trying to protect him. So that doesn't really count. He was being protected by, Rhea Ripley and stuff like that. But he was being stopped by all of these different people. I'm like, why can't Damian Priest just go cash it in without any interruption? Why can't all of the other members of Judgment Day just beat up the people who are trying to stop Damian fucking Priest? I'm losing my voice here because this makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's not his time.
Well,
I understand.
I don't.
If it ain't his time, I understand, but don't tease it like every month. Don't do that.
And I don't think it will be his time. Because I don't see Triple H putting the championship on him anytime soon. So his Money in the Bank is really a waste.
This episode of Rope Break is interrupted to advertise Life's Open Radio certified bangers, a roller coaster of music consisting of drum and bass. Turn up. Indie pop. Pop and R&B. Soundtracks. else that comes to Kgabo's mind, as well as world news and special guests. You can listen to Life's Opening Radio's certified bangers every Sunday afternoon on Spotify. Back to your regular scheduled program.
So what was the point of the whole fucking Money in the Bank match? If we were not going to use Damian Priest at this point, what was the point of the match? I would have been fine with LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. He would have done a whole lot.
Yes. I would have much rather put that on LA Knight. He was over as like Taylor Swift in Nashville. Like, bloody hell. Why wouldn't you give him the briefcase? And then he can cash in at the Raw. No, not the Raw. He can cash in on Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble or something. And then now he's a champion. But whatever. Next match, which I did take notes for. Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Basically, Santos Escobar turned heel on Rey Mysterio. Because he wasn't sharing his vision of the LWO, bringing in guys like Carlito, making all kinds of decisions, becoming the U.S. champion, and now Santos turned heel on him. And yeah, that's basically the story behind this match. So they started the match. Santos stomped on Dragon Lee. He did a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker for 1 count. He stomped out Dragon Lee some more. He put him in the tree of woe and kicked him. He did a drop kick for a 2 count, slapped him, did a meteor in the corner. They fought at ringside. They got back in the ring. Dragon Lee did a Hurricane Rana on Santos back to ringside. He did a dive on Santos. People trying to Dragon Lee. He did a running knee for a 2 count. That was a tope con heel. Sorry, they replayed that spot. Dragon Lee slammed Santos. They had a struggle at the turnbuckle. Santos hit an avalanche Hurricane Rana at the for a 2 count. He got angry, stomped out Dragon Lee. He tried to rip off Dragon Lee's mask. The people chanted, asshole. He got some heat on Dragon Lee and he was shouting at him, shouting at the crowd, this is who you're cheering for. Dragon Lee hit a double foot stomp for a 2 count. They replayed that spot. Santos did a super kick. They laid down selling. They replayed the super kick. They traded jumping knees. Dragon Lee countered a lariat with a deadlift sit-up power bomb for a 2 count. Santos countered a Hurricane Rana with a destroyer, and then he hit the Phantom Driver for the win. This was a good match, a good short little match. This was a valiant showing from Dragon Lee, and yeah, I see why they're so interested in Dragon Lee. I gave Rassen a 7. Matter of fact, I'll be generous. I'll give it a 7.5 and Logic a 6. What did you think about this match, Ben?
Just could have went a couple more minutes, in my honest opinion. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not mad about the match. The match was great. Don't get me wrong. Santos Escobar is doing some of the best work in his career right now. Like, the dude is like, he's mad over as a heel. He's mad over. Like, people were, I already predicted Santos was going to turn heel anyway. Like, if you guys remember back on the Money in the Bank review, before the SummerSlam review or something like that, I predicted that Santos Escobar was going to turn heel and that he was going to do something that was going to be eventually beneficial around, when he's a heel. So now he's a heel, and he's the best thing on fucking SmackDown. He's the best thing on SmackDown. He's been cutting great promos. He's doing some of the best work of his career right now.
And he's got good heat. He's got really good heat. He cut a good I heard a promo he cut on Rey Mysterio. He said, I hope your leg gets an infection. I hope they have to amputate your leg. Oh man. That was cold. That was so cold. Like that was oh man, he pulled no punches in that promo, and he got real heat for that. I appreciate that a lot. But go on, Ben.
For this match could have been a couple more minutes longer, though. You know, we did not need the next segment that we're about to talk about, but we'll mention that when we get there. The match was great. I gave this a 7. Logic, I gave it a 5. For this match, I thought this was a good match. The only problem I have this match could have been a little bit longer. This could have went 10 minutes max. But other than that, hey, they had a great showcase. You know, had a great little match, and hopefully they continue this feud because Dragon Lee is, he's starting to be liked, now by all the people in WWE. So it's only fair that Dragon Lee continues to feud with Santos, and hopefully Santos Escobar eventually wins the feud, and he can go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this match, Josh?
None.
Okay. Then a Slim Jim had plays, which was actually quite funny. For me, at least. It was of like some kind of wedding anniversary or something. A bunch of kids were bored and they were on their phone. This crazy lady goes, no, and tries to take their phones, and then LA Knight busts in and he's like, what a Slim Jim. And I was like, he's eating Slim Jim, and then there's like as he bites it goes like and and then the lady's like, no, and then LA Knight's like, yeah. And yeah, I like that. That was actually funny. And apparently the New Day, they stole LA Knight's Nissan Z, my bad. Right pronunciation of that car manufacturer. And yeah, apparently Ben did not like this segment.
Unnecessary, I wrote in my notes, and I quote, I just wrote in my notes in big bold letters, all bold letters and all black letters, unnecessary. And I put like 20 exclamation points on it. That's what I put.
Damn. All right, then. On to the next match. For the WWE Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley, the champion, versus Zoey Stark. Ben, I'm gonna once again give you the honor of reviewing this match with your notes.
And I have notes. Promise, I have notes. Anyway, Rhea Ripley versus Zoey Stark for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, technically, or the Women's World Title on Monday Night Raw. Mm-hmm. So Rhea Ripley was defending the belt, and they start out, they brawl, they got some animosity between the two because remember, Zoey Stark, she's been on the rise, and Rhea Ripley feels like Zoey Stark is trying to take her spot and stuff like that. So, they have that going on. Zoey Stark knocks her outside. She does a suicide dive, and then she does a missile drop kick back into the ring for a 2 count. Rhea Ripley drops her with I don't know what the hell I wrote down in my notes, but I know that she hit her with a move, and then they head outside to the apron. But then Zoey Stark comes back with a DDT, and then back inside she hits a nice little corkscrew splash for a 2 count back in the ring. Rhea Ripley puts Zoey Stark in the corner, and she beats up Zoey Stark for a little bit. She does some headbutts, and then she does the double arm crank thing where she kind of almost bends Zoey Stark's arm again, and then she stomps on it, and then she stomps on it and stuff like that. Zoey Stark, I saw it. Anyway, Zoey Stark, she fights back up, and then Zoey Stark does a super kick at one point for a 2 count. But then Rhea Ripley comes back with a boot. What is Josh? Josh, you look annoyed over there. What's going on?
So
Dude, you look annoyed, bro.
Mm-hmm. Super kick. Rhea Ripley goes. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
No, go ahead.
No.
All right. Rhea Ripley goes for the Riptide. Zoey Stark gets in a sliding kick for a 2 count. Zoey Stark then goes for the Z360, which is the she flips. The Z360 is where she flips a woman and then she drops her like right on the knee, pretty much like a backflip GTS in a way.
Yeah.
And then Rhea Ripley counters it. She got.
That's a finish.
Finisher.
Mm-hmm. Zoey Stark gets caught. Rhea Ripley hits a headbutt. She hits the Riptide for the win at 9 minutes and 16 seconds. That's what I put down in my notes. Josh, you was going to say something before I rudely interrupted you.
No, I already said it. It was a finisher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a finisher.
Knee. It's a finisher.
Yep. Anyway, Zoey Stark and you're making me nervous over here, Josh. Zoey Stark, I feel like Zoey Stark was gonna win. I thought she was gonna win this match though, but I'm actually glad that she didn't. This is me. This is just me. I thought she was gonna win. I thought she was gonna actually win the title, but instead, like Rhea Ripley, she's very strong, very a dominant woman, and she kept the belt. And I don't really have a problem with this, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. I gave this match a 6. Logic, I gave it about probably a 2, maybe a 3. I'm being generous, and that's probably the best I can give for that category. But I will say this. I'm glad Rhea Ripley is still champion, and that Rhea Ripley was going to, do her thing, and, she's going to entertain the crowd. She's already over. She's already liked by most of the fans in WWE anyway, even though she's a heel. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad Rhea Ripley has the belt, and she got a solid little match out of Zoey Stark, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah. I thought this was a serviceable match. I gave Ratson a 7 and Logic a 7. This was alright. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I don't want to see Zoey Stark as the champion until she's had that match and she beats Trish Stratus, because they set that up and they've done nothing with it. Like, where is Trish? Are they waiting? Are they waiting until WrestleMania? Like what is going on?
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. But I don't think they're gonna do it at WrestleMania though. I think they might do it later down the line when Trish eventually does come back after WrestleMania. But other than that, I don't see it happening precisely at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They're gonna do.
Hey, I don't know. You gotta ask Paul Levesque. You gotta ask Paul Levesque on that one.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, and by the way, before we go to our main event, no more Nia Jax and Zoey Stark matches on Monday Night Raw. I turned the show off immediately when I saw Nia Jax on my screen. I immediately turned the show off. I was so mad about that match. No more Zoey Stark and Nia Jax matches from here on out. Please. I don't care who listens to this. No more Zoey Stark versus Nia Jax matches. I could not stand the way it was booked. I couldn't stand the way it was pretty much like the way it came about. I just don't. No. Just no. Just no.
Okay, and now on to our main event. the men's War Games match between Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, and the person who will be returning tonight versus because I said a match between the Judgment Day, consisting of WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest, NXT North American Champion and Ben's favorite wrestler Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, the new recruit, and Drew McIntyre, who's not officially part of Judgment Day, he said himself.
Favorite wrestler Dominic Mysterio, me. Oh my goodness, you're too much. Go ahead.
Okay. Drew and Damian Priest have a stare down. I don't know, because I guess because Drew is kind of questioning Damian Priest's leadership. And Seth Rollins and Finn Balor started out the match. Seth dived on Finn before the bell, so apparently this is New Japan, jumping people before the match starts. He slams Finn across the cage, different sides of the cage. Finn Balor escapes a buckle bomb. He gets heat on Seth Rollins, does a sling blade. Finn goes for the drop kick. Seth does a super kick. Seth goes for the pedigree in between the rings. Finn Balor does a back body drop on the metal plank. He missed a coup de grace. Seth did a sling blade. He roughed up Finn Balor. He did a backbreaker, did a running knee, and entered JD McDonough. He hit Seth with a kendo stick. He took another kendo stick. He and Finn beat Seth Rollins with kendo sticks. JD McDonough hit a second rope moonsault, and then he and Finn Balor continued getting heat on Seth Rollins, and then they did a double suplex on Seth Rollins, which was nice. Enter Jey Uso. Come on, page, please. Jey Uso grabs a steel chair. He does yeet punches on Finn Balor and JD McDonough. He drop kicks JD McDonough and enziguris Finn Balor. He hip attacks Finn Balor. Get your mind out of the gutter. JD McDonough hit a crucifix driver, I think, on Jey Uso. I'm not sure if that was a crucifix driver. Might have been something else. Drew McIntyre was mad at Jey Uso because of Clash at the Castle. He was excited that Jey Uso was in a steel cage so he can beat him up. Well, he didn't do much of that in this match, but whatever. Jey Uso and Seth Rollins super kick Judgment Day. Seth Rollins did a double axe handle on JD McDonough. What he did, he basically got on the top turnbuckle of the one ring and on the top turnbuckle of the second ring and did a double axe handle on JD McDonough. And that was cool. Enter Drew McIntyre, or so we think. Damian Priest stopped him and entered Damian Priest. Jey Uso and Seth Rollins were ready and they beat him up. And then Damian Priest beat up Team Cody with some kind of baton thingy that I don't know where he got. He destroys Team Cody. Some time passes. Enter Sami Zayn. He grabbed JD McDonough's kendo stick and hit him with it. He punched Finn Balor and slammed the door in his face. He cleared the house. He hit a Blue Thunder bomb on Finn Balor. He climbed the cage. JD McDonough tried to stop him, but then Sami Zayn fended him off. He took a metal pipe. He did a double axe handle on JD McDonough with that metal pipe. He beat Judgment Day with the metal pipe. He roughed up Finn Balor. What? Sami Zayn beat Judgment Day with the metal pipe. My bad. He roughed up Finn Balor. The people chanted, "Ole, ole, ole, ole." Team Cody clears house. And enter finally Drew McIntyre. He beat everybody up. Him and Jey Uso had a one exchange. He hit a neck break on Jey Uso and did a keep up. He was holding Jey to account for what he did at Clash of the Castle. Pulled him out the ring when he went in Roman Reigns. And he said, "Say sorry for what you did at Clash of the Castle." And he did that while he was slamming him around. And Sami Zayn hit a 1D on JD McDonough. He entered Cody Rhodes. He beat up Judgment Day. He took a bull rope, and that was a homage to Hell in a Cell last year. Him and Seth Rollins did a low blow on Finn Balor. And then Seth Rollins was like, "Is he coming or not?" This person that's going to return. They had more fighting. Enter Dominic Mysterio, Ben's favorite wrestler, who sweeps the ring. Team Cody beats him up. They set up a table. Judgment Day saves Dominic from Seth's buckle bomb. And then a massive brawl ensued. Drew and Priest had a stare down. They stereo choke slam Cody, Seth, and Sami Zayn. JD McDonough hit a moonsault on Sami Zayn. Finn hit a coup de grace on Seth Rollins. Dominic did a splash on Cody Rhodes. Judgment Day set up the table, and then Priest hit a Razor's Edge on Seth Rollins. And then it was like, "Where is this person that's supposed to return?" The clock reached 0. Nobody came, and then not yet. Rhea Ripley's music played, and she came to the ring with the Money in the Bank briefcase. They teased it once again, just as Rhea Ripley was about to give the briefcase to Dominic Priest, Damian Priest. "I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me." And then Randy Orton came out. He's finally back. The match officially started, and he looked great. He cleared the house. He beat everyone up. He did a draping DDT, which was kind of a meme online. And as he was about to do it, went and then DDT'd the guy. That was funny. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, they dealt with him, and then Judgment Day jumped him. And then Team Cody came to his aid. Then they all did draping DDTs on all the members of Judgment Day. Randy Orton teased an RKO on Jey Uso because he and Jim Uso are the ones that caused him to be injured in the first place. So he's, making call back to that. Priest tries to make a sneak attack, but then Jey Uso did a super kick. Randy Orton hit an RKO on Dominic Mysterio. Ben must have been super happy about that when Randy Orton RKO Dominic Mysterio. Cody hit a Cody cutter on Finn Balor. Sami Zayn did a hell of a kick on Drew McIntyre. Jey Uso hit an Uso splash on Drew McIntyre. JD McDonough was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get out of here." And he tried to escape the cage. Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins threw JD McDonough off the top of the cage. Randy Orton hit an RKO on JD McDonough. And then Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads on Priest for the win. This was a great match. I'm so happy to see Randy Orton back again after 18 months. And I gave Rassen for this match a 9 and Logic an 8. And then and CM Punk finally came back, and Josh was so giddy about this. And Josh, since you are so giddy to be on this review in the first place to talk about this, why don't you give your thoughts on this?
I have a lot more interest in his theme song than I do for him.
Oh. Oh man. Oh. What a bombshell. He was posting on Discord of how great his return was just to say this. Wow. Oh man. What a bombshell. Oh man, he turned heel on CM Punk. Oh man, Ben, do you have any thoughts on this match?
For the men's WarGames match, I gave this match an 8. Logic, I gave it a 6. I thought this was a good match, a great main event, keep the crowd happy. I thought JD Madonna, I thought he broke his neck after that RKO. I was more concerned about JD Madonna than the RKO. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, JD Madonna wasn't moving for like 2 or 3 minutes at the time. I was like, hey, yo, can y'all go check on JD Madonna, make sure he all right? Like, yo, I know he just fell like 10 feet off the cage now, taking the RKO. I was more concerned about JD Madonna than the finish of the match, which was Cody Rhodes pinning Damian Priest for the 2,489th time this year. How many times has Damian Priest lost to Cody Rhodes again? Jesus Christ. Nobody remind me, please. I already know how many times. The fact of the matter is this. I am glad that Randy Orton is back. Is Randy Orton going to wrestle full-time? Well, that remains to be seen. And that remains to be, to me, no. I am now interested in how they're going to book CM Punk in a way where he doesn't really get into trouble with everyone. CM Punk is all cool with everybody and stuff like that. Apparently, I heard a rumor that in his new contract, he has a behavior clause in his contract, which means CM Punk can be released expeditiously on the spot.
Oh man. Oh, yeah. Boy. Oh, no.
It's true, everybody. It's true. Y'all go look this up. I'm not playing.
He better brush his act up or he's going to get sacked real quick. Oh, man. That was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm now going to be interested in how Punk is going to book. Like, we can't book CM Punk against, for instance, a friend of mine, he watched the Survivor Series show. He said, and I quote, he can't have, CM Punk can't wrestle guys who are not on the rise or are on the same level as him. CM Punk has got to wrestle main event talent. So I'm trying to see, how is CM Punk going to wrestle main event talent, and how is he going to be booked? I'm more concerned about his booking. I know Josh may not like him. I know some people who may never like him. They may call him a hypocrite. They may call him an asshole and stuff like that. That's fine by them. I'm not in that kind of realm whatsoever. I will say this, however. I am glad that CM Punk is back in WWE for the simple reason that he wants to make himself a little bit more happier. This is all about himself. It's very clear. It's all about himself and all that other shit. And by the way, I listened to that promo on Raw, and I thought CM Punk did not really give a reasonable explanation why he returned on Raw. That's just me, though. Maybe Kgabo has the same kind of opinion that I do, but I don't feel like he could have. I don't feel like he gave a better promo on Raw explaining why he returned and why he came back after almost, almost 9 years gone out of the company.
10 years.
So yeah. Other than that, I'm interested to see where Monday Night Raw goes. Monday Night Raw needed Randy Orton badly, and they finally got Randy Orton. Thank God, because holy shit, I could not stand watching Monday Night Raw. It was like it was like the show was like it's gonna be bad, but you can't unsee it. Like you already know the show is gonna be like horrible, but then like as you watch it, you realize, this is
Car crash
Yeah.
waiting to happen.
yeah. I can't say it, but you said it, so that's
Yeah. I gave this pay-per-view Wrestling an 8 and Logic a 7. I'm also happy that not happy that it is quite a cool moment. It just depends on how he conducts himself and the booking, of course, as you mentioned, and to see how I will really think of CM Punk now. I just hope he doesn't start shit with anybody. Man, already people were not happy when he came back. Seth Rollins was yelling at him when the show went off the air. Rhea Ripley flipped him off. Drew McIntyre was pissed. Oh man, it was crazy. Anyways, Josh, what are your thoughts on this pay-per-view?
I don't think I will ever watch it ever again. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't a pay-per-view that I would watch again necessarily, but it did have some good moments. Yeah.
I will say that even though Vince McMahon was very, very terrible at his job, I do prefer the concept of the elimination tag team matches over WarGames. Having that removed and replaced with a match that, even based on their own rules, doesn't make any sense, it makes Survivor Series to me pointless. And that is all down to Triple H. So really what I'm saying is I would much prefer a Vince McMahon Survivor Series than a Triple H Survivor Series, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am.
I see. Yeah.
I have a new quote. This is Josh's opinion, and only Josh's opinion. Okay, I respect it. I'm interested to see where I understand. Like, what would your idea be of WarGames, Josh? Because like a lot of people, some people may not like WarGames because they don't have no blood or any kind of physical violence between the wrestlers in general. So I just want to know your thoughts on what you would do to alter and make WarGames, better to you and to the way that it is presented.
So, if you really, really want to know, then go watch the entire 3-hour. What was it?
Yeah.
The Twitter.
Yeah, the WarGames rant. Whole thing.
I already made like a 3-hour episode answering the question that you've just asked me. So if you want to know what my answer is, go watch and listen to that. But
All right. Well,
but basically, put eliminations in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good point, Josh. Well, everybody, that is our Survivor Series 2023 review. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed. This was a decent pay-per-view, in my honest opinion. I thought this was actually a whole lot better this was better than Fast. This was probably better than Fastlane. Maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Like a little bit. So yeah, it was better than Fastlane by a little bit. So I'll give it that. Wrestling for the show. There was a lot of good wrestling on this show. I'll give it a 7. And Logic for the show, I'll give it a 5.
Hey, yeah, and thank you, Ben, for that. Thank you, Josh, as well, for being here. Thank you both for being here, and that we were able to record this. This went by quicker than I thought. I thought we would go for much longer than this. But yeah, it's good that we managed to do this at all. And yeah, anyways, go check out. Thank you guys for listening to this episode, and you can also check out Life's Opening Radio Certified Bangers, as it says on Josh's shirt, jacket, and you can also check out The Mysteries of Life and the Musical Circle, as it's displayed here. We will see you probably for AEW Winter is Coming. Me and Ben will probably do that, individually, as we've been doing the past few episodes. And then, we will do Winter is Coming. And then, after that, probably Wrestle Kingdom. And I'm looking forward to that. Until then, on behalf of the main host of Life's Opening Radio, the co-producer of Life's Opening Radio Certified Bangers, a temporary co-producer of Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, and our guest host and my good friend Joshua James Jenkins, and the main host of the Mysteries of Life and the Musical Circle podcast, a recurring guest host on Life's Opening Radio Certified Bangers, the assistant host of this podcast, Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, and my good friend Ben Charles. This is Kgabo signing out.